My New Zealand job interview didn't feel like an interrogation. It wasn't too hard, it wasn't too coerced, and that surprised me. Welcome back to this channel. Today, I want to share my real story, my real job interview experience with a New Zealand company. What shocked me the most, what I learned, and what could help you succeed. This is especially for anyone applying from overseas. Right, let's get started. After applying online, personally, I used LinkedIn. After applying online, I received an email inviting me for an interview. Right. The first thing I noticed was how, polite and very clear the communication was. They considered the time difference actually, which actually reduced my anxiety. And when we fast forward into the interview session, the interview was online and no pressure environment at all. Was no pressure. It was more like a conversation than a grilling. Though that is what I feel it should be. Make sure that your interview is like a conversation, having a conversation with the recruiter. There were multiple interviewers in the room, and everyone had to introduce themselves. I did introduce myself also. They didn't ask tricky or aggressive questions. So questions they had was around the fact that they asked me, tell us about what you have achieved or actually worked on. They also ask questions around how do you solve problems in real situation. You must be able to have that kind of answer if you are being asked. And they ask how do you communicate with team members. So they care more about how I think and work, not fancy grammar, basically. So what shocked me the most was that they were genuinely kind and respectful. No shouting, no intimidation, no superiority. They actually listen. So what I think helped me, right, was that uh, I was honest with myself. I was honest about my experience. I didn't exaggerate anything. I explained my work clearly. I asked questions at the end. Basically, the question I asked was around their employee development. Do they have any plan for employee development? That was the question I put out to them, and they were able to answer clearly. So asking question showed interest and not arrogance. So make sure that you prepare your question beforehand. An advice that we have for overseas applicants is that if you are planning to, interview with a New Zealand company or any company overseas or anywhere in the world, first thing is to be calm. You have to be calm. You have to be honest. You have to be yourself. Don't oversell, neither undersell. So you have to break even. So the value culture fits a lot overseas. So if you want common New Zealand interview questions, how to prepare from overseas, or mistakes to avoid, kindly subscribe, comment, interview below, and I'll be able to do a video on this. Thank you very much.